Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hope for the elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson. I have alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video "The Third Woe Cometh Quickly," and the world is starting to realize it's coming, or whatever title Yahweh Shah sees fit I'll use. But Lord Willis, brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here from the Zero Hedge, and it says which countries believe World War III, WW3, which is World War III, is coming. After a pandemic ramping inflation at Filter Globe, and Janet Yellen just came out and said that inflation is going to get lower. You know, they're the same ones that said that this is transitory and all that. So more lies, just more lies to the American people. But it doesn't matter. The American people ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway until things really get out of control, get out of hand. All right, which we're quickly approaching that time where prices are going to be so outrageously high that people are just going to have to start stealing it. All right, and like we were saying yesterday with the Valdosta brothers yesterday, um, once the prices are too high, people resort to stealing it. Then why would the owners of these businesses like Walmart, Target, and all these other places, why would they continue to put stuff in the stores if they know people are going to steal it? The majority of people are going to steal it instead of paying for it. All right, so it make no sense. But it says the economy, global policy flaring up is no surprise that people have a souring outlook on the future. Even so, the results of the recent survey by IPSOS are eyebrow-raising, as a visual capitalist Nick Rudley, if I pronounced that right, reported in all 33 countries. All right, 33, which is one of their numbers. Where polling took place, the majority of representatives said they believe a world war on a global scale of World War One and World War Two, which has already come to pass, would break out between global superpowers in the coming years. Really close, super close. Here's a look at uh, how various countries feel about the possibility of an impending global conflict. Right, you can see these are all the countries, and surprisingly, you can see around what they at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, around the 13 mark, which is also another one of their numbers. Um, the United States is there, so people in Babylon, what was it? 76% of people in Babylon believe that we're going to there's going to be a World War III. With Australia, Ireland, Mexico, Peru, India, Chile, Colombia, Thailand, Belgium, Romania, Canada, U.S. Those are all nations are part of the beast. France part of the beast. UK, Netherlands, South Africa, Spain, the UAE, uh, I think United Arab Immigrants. I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Argentina, Turkey, Poland, Ukraine, which is already in a war, South Korea, Hungary, China, Italy, Germany, Indonesia, Sweden, and Japan. All right, so majority of these are nations are part of the beast. Um, which America is a part of the beast. France. Uh, there's some other ones on there. I think Poland is Poland. Germany, I know is. All right, so on and so forth. So the majority of the world, the majority of the earth believe on the earth. A majority of the people in these countries believe that 33 countries believe that yeah, we're going into a third world war. All right, and clearly you can see if you're not living under a rock or you're just being in denial, you can clearly see that there's going to be a third world war. All right, and those participants in the war, um, which U.S. is on there, the different NATO and EU nations is on there. All right, mainly it's going to be between Russia and Russia. The main three participants is top participants is going to be Russia, because it says that the Red Horses are going to destroy each other. So Russia and Babylon, Russia and America. And with that, the different NATO and EU nations are going to join in and help destroy America, right along with an assembly of other great nations like China. Iran is going to be involved. The rest of the kings of the east of the Arab nations, all right, are also going to be involved and take part in demolishing this place, burning this place to ashes. All right. So I'm reading a little bit more. It says the power of fear, given the negative slant of stories covered by mass media and the type of stories that are most widely shared on social media platforms, isn't easy to understand. How people have developed such a gloomy view of the future, but how hold on, how people have developed such a gloomy view of the future. Look how bad things is. All right, you got America and a bunch of other different NATO and EU nations um shipping weapons to a country um that's shipping weapons to a country, aiding them in a war, aiding Ukraine in a war against Russia. How could you not figure eventually they're going to do something about that? You're pretty much involved. If you're giving somebody weapons to help fight their enemy, all right, then you're involved in that. How are you not involved? All right, and look at the inflation and all these other things. Russia, America cutting off Russia's pretty much the main way that they make money through selling their oil by cutting off oil supplies to so like it stop purchasing Russian oil like the U.S. Germany, places like that. All right, so they're cutting in on their money. So you know how it is when you mess with somebody's money. How could you not figure there's going to be a third world war? It's obvious it's going to be a third world war. All right, and many other things going on in the world are clues to point that there's going to be a third world war. Um, it's easy to understand how people have developed such a gloomy view of the future. Yeah, not just because it's saying it on social media. Just look around. Look at all the things that's going on in the world. All right, bad vibes. Right, there's nothing but bad vibes going on in the world right now. All right, because we're in the time of destruction. And how could this precept translate into a real war, a real world action? For one, public opinion helps shape policy priorities of impending conflict and could have impact on a geopolitical policy and relationships. Another possibility increasing in the military spending across the board. 64% of people across 30 countries somewhat are strongly agreeing that their home government should beef up military spending given the dangers in the world. Right, so that's scriptural. Matter of fact, let's go into the scriptures. Because the scriptures tell you that bleach your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the nation say I'm strong, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so that's biblical. Now people in the world is asking for that, telling their government, yeah, we need to beef up our military might because things are getting ugly. Things are getting out of hand. And the world are starting to, somewhat walk circumspect. Well, a lot of people are. Because again, that's a large number of people that are saying that they believe it's going to be a third world war. All right, which it is going to be. All right, according to the truth, the King James Bible, which is the truth. All right, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which are all the other nations. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Right, and war is being prepared, and the people are realizing it. All right. Get 33 countries in the world believe that we're on the brink of a third world war, which is correct. Wake up the mighty men. Let all men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Right, and the people in those countries are saying, look, we need to build up our military might. We ain't looking so good against this country. We ain't looking so good against that country. So let's build up our military might to try to even things out. And the great equalizer is what? The ICBM nuclear missiles, nuclear warheads, ultimately, because that's what hits the land, the warheads. All right, that's the great equalizer. All right, so you see nations building up their arsenal, because war is being prepared. We're in a time of war, not peace. The scriptures tell you there's a time of war and a time for peace, and we're in a time of war. All right. Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about hither. Cause our mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Verse 12, let the heathen be walking and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. I mean, right? So the Lord said, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong. That's what's going on now. You know, these nations, most of these nations are just dumping their money into their military money. They're not worried about, other stuff like, rebuilding roads and stuff like that. That's not the top priority right now. All that build back better shit that Joe Biden was pushing out there, they ain't too much worried about that shit right now. The only thing they're worried about is shipping weapons to Ukraine to help the world. And ultimately, we know that Iran and Israel, America, Russia, all of them are going to be involved in this war and destroy each other. All right? And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai at the end of the day are going to be the victors of the World War III. All right? You wonder who's going to win the World War III. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the gods of the King James Bible, they're going to win the Third World War. And we're joint heirs with the Lord Yahweh Shai, so that's a victory for us. Abba Razazah, the brothers out there pushing on myself for the elect, that's a victory for us. All right? When our Lord wins, we win. Right? This is Romans chapter 11, verse 14. I just hit the point. Romans chapter 11, verse 14. The second war was past, World War 1 and 2 is gone, and behold, the third war come quickly. Right? The third war come quickly. And the people in the world know that. People in the world are starting to wake up and realize that. All right, so people are waking up, man. The scriptures, speak about, a mass awakening, not just of our people. Well, mainly the mass awakening represents our people waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, but also people are waking up to the government's BS. People are waking up to the way obviously in the time of another third world war. All right, so the world is pretty much on high alert right now.